Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Shadowrun Dragonfall. This is Girdle RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're chose to join me today because we are going on a mission. The Paul doesn't have anything for us, and we just need, we have objectives. Let me actually look, because I need to be careful. I also, because there might be optional objectives. So we're probably gonna do, actually, let's just go to the train tracks, not train tracks. There we go. I'm looking at these things over here to see if there's anything new. Go to the, yeah, it's not train tracks, to the U-Bahn, that's the one. And the game tells us where we need to go. So travel to the Landenberg Rings Bank in Dragonkeeper to clear Blitz's debt. That sounds like the thing I want to do, and then we have the main mission. Let's go ahead and do that. And are we taking only Blitz? No, I'm going by myself. I mean, clearly, the game is not giving me the option to choose anybody. Dragonkeeper, it would be high up on anyone's list of places to avoid, but that's where you're headed. And you're going to... They're alone this time. Last time that you saw Blitz, he was carting his portable terminal over to Cafe Chesvy, presumably so that he could do his decking in the most comfortable environment possible. Like everything else related to Dragonkeeper, the U-Bahn train that services it is in poor repair. The car that you're riding in stinks like a chemical toilet on a hot day. On the floor near the doorway, you catch sight of a trampled lump of tattered fur. The longer you stare at it, the more convinced you become that you're looking at the remains of a long-dead squirrel. The train rumbles to a stop, and the door slides open. Time to get this over with. And I am indeed alone. Let's stay... Well, that's good stuff that I have. I'm good with that. We just might need a new weapon pretty soon. I don't know that we can get a melee weapon. I don't remember seeing it. So, anyway, where are we? Yeah, the karma that I definitely can spend. I think I might be able to. Oh no, it's 1 point away. I can't. Okay, well, good enough. Stepping out of the U-Bahn tunnel, you once again... what? Yeah, you once again find yourself in the squalid alleys of Dragonkeeper. This place is a pit. Piles of waste, human and otherwise, litter the streets. The gutted husks of commercial buildings stand hollow and empty all around you. Your comlink crackles to life, and you can hear the distant sounds of Cafe Chesvy, merriment, laughter, and the clink of silverware on china. Blitz's voice cuts in a second later. Hey, Chief, ready to do this thing? Are you? It sounds like you're nice and cozy in there. He scoffs. Of course I am. I've had this run planned out for years, like I said. You hear a slurping sound, presumably Blitz taking a sip of steaming hot soy calf. The only steam that you can see out here is your own breath condensing in the frigid night air. Enjoying your soy calf, buddy? Oh, sure, Chief. Nothing like a nice hot mug of soy calf on a cold night. You're telling me, Blitz? Yeah, Chief. I guess that it must be pretty frosty out there, huh? Another distant roar of laughter crackles over your comlink. Presumably, the patrons of Cafe Chesvy are having a lovely evening. Sorry about that, but look on the bright side. You get to have an adventure. That's something, right? You owe me for this, man. He sighs. Yeah, Chief. Yeah, I do. Okay, so busting his balls a little bit and not having much to talk about here. I'm pressing Alt and Tab and Shift because I never remember which key it is. I think it is Alt. A plain-looking man in a fancy suit taps away at his PDA. He's an older guy, probably in his late 50s. In the filth-strewn streets of Dragonkeeper, he stands out like a sore thumb. At the sound of your approach, he stops what he's doing and shifts his gaze to you. Edie, right? Who the hell are you? My name is Hasenkamp. I'm Mr. Grinder's accountant. What a remarkable coincidence. Hasenkamp nods. His expression is deadpan. Mr. Grinder sent me to ensure that the money transfer goes according to plan. When you enter the building, I'm going in with you. Do you know anything about this, Blitz? Your calm crackles to life. No, Chief, if I did, I would have told you. Your Paul left Mr. Grinder a message about an hour ago. It had a complete breakdown of your plan, including which door I should use to meet you. Blitz? Well, it wasn't like that. I mean, yeah, I ran the plan by Grinder, but I had to do that. I mean, it wouldn't have made sense to go on the run without making sure that it had his blessing, would it? How could I even be sure that this would be me off the hook if, this would get me off the hook if I didn't ask? You should have run this by me before, Blitz. Yeah, Chief, you're probably right about that. Sorry. There's an awkward pause. But in my own defense, I didn't expect Grinder to send me his accountant to shadow you. That's a new one on me. On me? That's a new one on me? Did I misread that? I might have. I have to interrupt, but if you two are finished, I'd like to get this show on the road. He glances at his wristwatch. I want to get back home before my grandkids go to bed. You have grandkids? He shrugs. My granddaughter married young. You got a problem with that? Are you always this hostile? No, I'm not. On the whole, I'm a pretty nice guy. But standing around here waiting for you hasn't put me in the best of moods. He jerks his head in the direction of the doorway. Now tell your pal to work his magic. The sooner we get this done, the sooner we can get out of this hellhole. Your turn, Blitz. Show us what you've got. You got it, Chief. His voice is eager. Heading inside. This won't take 5 seconds. And inside, I believe, is inside the Matrix. Are we actually controlling him? That is surprising. That is very surprising. I mean, it isn't, because that's how the mission is set up, but it's still surprising. Okay. So, it isn't surprising, but it still is. Gatekeeper, I see. Okay, well, it looks like... I don't really know what to do over here, but I think... I mean, we're out of combat, so we have time to explore. Which is interesting as well. It's not often that we get to explore the Matrix while out of combat. I don't think these are going to be passages. They are not. Because otherwise they would have the little... you know, the thing, the gate, the window-looking thing. A gatekeeper IC program stands in passively, waiting to challenge all comers. Visitor identity unknown. Please present security code string. Let's see here. Override security access. Root command trapdoor. There's a brief pause and then the IC flashes twice. Access granted. Yeah, that's what I thought. And that's what I also was expecting on the other ones over there. So we're still out of combat, which is surprising. We got some auto turrets, 3 of them at least. 4. There's the other one. Okay. And we have a Watcher. A piece of Watcher IC turns, flashing angrily. A rapid-fire sequence of lights pulse out a warning. Keep away. Check my credentials with your friend back there. Go on, I can wait. A moment later, the Watcher IC flickers apologetically. Secondary security verification approved. Super user status verified. Query, how may I help you today? Just step aside, pal. I'm in a rush. The program obediently moves aside. Proceed and have a pleasant day. Don't mind if I do. Okay, I don't know. I don't like this. There's a lot of ICs. No. If I had to fight my way out of here, I mean, it's only one character, so it's not like the sorry, I had to sneeze. It's not like the difficulty is gonna be, or at least the tactical difficulty is gonna be too weird, because, you know, the more characters you have, the harder the skill ceiling gets. Main system hardware firewall. And we have an alley door over here, or whatever it's called. It also makes noise. And that should do it, Chief. You're good to head on inside. The main server should be just ahead. A shocking display of competence from the red-haired disaster. That's what Mr. Grinder calls your pal, by the way. He's got a rep around these parts. For some strange reason, all of his friends keep dying. Don't listen to this asshole, Chief. He shouldn't be even here. He shouldn't even be here. He wouldn't be here if you hadn't spilled the beans to meet Grinder. Unfortunately for all of us, me especially, I am here. So let's just get this finished, and then we can all get back to disliking each other on our own time. Fine by me. Anything else that we need to know, Blitz? Yeah, I've hit the first firewall in here. I'll need you to get in there and install that bypass for me. Got it? We'll go find a terminal. So, oh, I installed the firewall. I don't need to access the matrix to do it. Because I thought for a moment that I was going to need to. Do we have 2 characters? I might have 2 characters if I start fighting. This place is a dump, he says. The top drawer of this desk is packed full of slender plastic rods. Cred sticks, hundreds of them. Let's grab a handful of cred sticks then. You sink your hand into the drawer of loose cred sticks and fish out a fistful. The plastic is slick and pleasant to the touch. As you withdraw your hand from the desk, Hasenkamp chuckles. They're all blank. You don't think that the Landenberg ring would leave them in an unlocked drawer if they had money on them, do you? You're probably right, but it couldn't hurt to check. You try to initiate a transfer between one of the cred sticks from the desk and the one in your pocket. Sure enough, the stick from the desk is blank. So is the next one that you try, and the next. Told you so. Now, can we keep moving, or do you want to test every stick in that drawer? Well, it couldn't hurt. That was a rhetorical question, genius. He shakes his head. Come on, Edie. Let's keep moving. I don't know how he's listening to Edie. To Blitz. Because I don't think it makes sense for him to do that. He sort of hinted, or sort of had a dialogue line before that kind of hinted at him being able to hear Blitz, but you could also interpret it as not that, because he knows probably that I'm on the comlink with Edie. Unless the comlink is a loudspeaker, which I wouldn't think it is, but anyway. This desk is catastrophically messy. Oh, I know that well. Candy wrappers litter its work surface, and the bottom drawer is ajar. You about through over there? Asks Hasenkamp. Hang on a second, I want to check this out. I'm not sure that we're on the same page here, so we should probably hash this out now and save ourselves some time. We are here to fetch the money that your friend owes to Mr. Grinder. That means that we aren't here to ransack desks or steal office supplies, so what you're doing right now could accurately be described as a waste of time. Yeah, this isn't going to take long, don't worry. I'm not worried, I'm irritated, but fine, whatever. Do your thing. Just do it fast, okay? You got it. Rummaging through the desk, you find an old-fashioned binder stuffed with cheap paper. Leafing through the pages, you discover what appears to be a business plan. Apparently, the Landenberg ring is in the process of opening a string of payday loan centers across Dragonkeeper. Hey, Hasenkamp, what does Grinder think about this? Isn't money lending his racket? Well, it's payday lending. It's not. That's not money lending. That's money extorting, actually. Yeah, these Landenberg pricks have been a tick on his ass for years now, sucking away at the revenue that should be lining his pockets. Bad business all around. Thankfully, we're gonna recover at least a little of that cash tonight. And speaking of which, just a second, I'm almost done. At the back of the binder, you'll find a note scrawled on a slip of scrap paper. Plots. I have real and pressing concerns about this, quote, silent partner, unquote, that you have brought on for the loan center scheme. We don't need him. I keep saying it, but nobody listens. Call me. JB. Any idea who this Plots guy is, Hasenkamp? Miserable son of a bitch. I had to share an office with that man for... Never mind. You don't need to know. Blitz whispers through your comlink. The plot thickens. I think it's pretty thick from the beginning, to be honest. But you're just not telling me. So I got an events medkit. This garbage can hasn't been emptied in a while. When you lift the lid, you find the bin full to overflowing with crumpled paper and disused office stationery. I'm gonna dig through the trash, because obviously I am. Oh, for Christ's sake, here we go again. Calm down, man. This is all part of the job. This is ridiculous. You're on a run with a deadline and you're rooting around in a trash can. It happens more than you'd expect. Yeah, it seems like he's listening to our conversation somehow. Yeah, the longer we argue about this, the longer it's gonna take, right? He steps back, an exasperated expression on his face. All right, fine, do your thing, but make it quick. Most of the waste in here comes in the form of old bank statements. Apparently somebody in the Landenberg ring has been using the backs of the statements as scratch paper. The third handful of trash that you liberate from the bin contains a note that catches your eye. Hey, where did you score that stuff, man? That, quote, juice, unquote, that you were passing around? That stuff was unreal. I'm serious, man. I haven't been that high since grad school. When you get your hands on more, you let me know. John. What do you make of this, Hasenkamp? Well, let's see. Apparently a man named A scored some, quote, juice, unquote, and it was really, quote, unreal stuff, unquote. So what do I make of it? A couple of things. One, the Landenberg ring has some real fuck-ups on its payroll. And two, you're wasting our time. Of the two, I'm more upset about the second because it involves you keeping me here in this cesspool longer than I need to be. Does that answer your question? Yeah, it does. Blitz whispers to you via your comlink. Ask a silly question. It wasn't silly. You all just don't know, you're not privy to the higher level investigative techniques that I am very much a master of. These guys are just, no fun. This is what they are. I was expecting this door not to lead to such a big area right away, because it's accessible through the first area. How do I get in there? There's a lot of locked doors. What do we have over here? Okay. You got some desks. Watch your step. I know. This desk is an oasis of order amidst the chaos of the rest of the building. Papers and chips are stacked neatly or filed by name and date. There's even an old-fashioned coffee mug filled with a random assortment of graphite pencils and ink pens. Hasenkamp raises an eyebrow. Huh, this desk is actually organized? Must belong to somebody in management. Well, that or an employee with OCD. He shrugs. Sure, that too. Either way, we should keep moving. Time's a wasting. Hang on, there might be something important in here. Let's have a quick look. He rolls his eyes. Fine, whatever. Just make it quick. Let's check the stack of papers. The stacks, rather. You appear to have discovered a compilation of financial reports. Each report details the fiscal health of a small corporation. Taken as a whole, they paint a picture of small business across the whole of Germany. That's probably because they're looking for payday lending and looking for... well, actually, for businesses... That's an interesting thing. Why would they want business health rather than, personal finance health? Each corp in the pile seems to have an interesting, innovative project underway. Unfortunately, all are also in dire financial straits, and at least half of them are teetering on the edge of bankruptcy. Despite the corporation's impending insolvency, the files suggest buying heavily into all of them. Apparently, the Landenberg ring's sources have led them to believe that all of these corporations are on the verge of being acquired by a single megacorp. The file doesn't say which one. A financial crime ring is involved in insider trading? Shocking. Now, can we please move on? You mean to tell me that insider trading is illegal in the world of Shadowrun? Actually, I could see why it would be illegal somehow. I could definitely see that. Insider trading, if you don't know what it is, well, you probably know what it is, but if you don't know, it's basically the trading of stock, company stocks that are publicly traded. Companies that are like, I don't know, Microsoft, for example. You own Microsoft stock, but what the word means, so that's the trading bit, if you're selling Microsoft stock. But the insider here relates to having insider information, or rather information that isn't public. And it's specifically inside of Microsoft. If it is inside another company, then it is public. But even if it is private to another company, that isn't insider. That's outsider trading. That's a normal one. But basically, if you work at Microsoft, or if you know somebody in Microsoft... actually, I'm not sure if that works like that. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Like, if you know somebody in Microsoft that tells you, oh, we're about to, I don't know, buy Facebook... then if Microsoft is about to buy Facebook, you should buy Microsoft stock. But the thing is, how do you know that Microsoft is about to buy Facebook? Well, most likely you are inside Microsoft. So if you do that, and if you're inside Microsoft, if you're a worker or a member of the board, because anybody can buy stock, or if you're anybody working inside Microsoft and you buy because you know they're about to buy Facebook. if you buy Microsoft stock, then you're doing insider trading. And why is that a problem? Well, or rather, why is that illegal? It's not. Well, the problem is why is that a problem? Is that's not the question that you should ask. You should ask is who loses with that sort of arrangement? Who loses with this insider trading? Well, that is the correct question to ask. It's also related to why it is illegal. The other stockholders, that's the correct term, I think. The other stockholders are the ones who lose because the information is not public. If you don't make it illegal, you're inherently giving insiders at Microsoft or any company really a leg up over other stockholders. So what happens with that is basically what would happen is that the people inside of Microsoft, by buying stock that they know is going to go up in price, they're basically taking money away from everybody else who owns stock as well. So it's not really a crime against the public or the clients of Microsoft or even the people who what's the word for, like, Microsoft acquires loans. What's the word for the banks that give the loan to Microsoft? I'm using Microsoft as an example here. The debtors? It's not the debtors. Microsoft is the debtor. It's the people who Microsoft owes money to. They don't lose money with insider trading. It's exclusively for other traders. Now, the reason why that is a problem, the reason why that is illegal is because obviously it's people with a lot of money that stand to lose a lot of money if stuff like this is not illegal. So these laws are very easy to pass because the laws are made by rich people. That's in the real world. In the world of Shadowrun, that's even more. That's even more. So it would be even more of a dystopic situation. So I can believe that insider trading is illegal in this setting as well. Although I also would believe if it wasn't because, dystopic and all that sort of stuff. Let's check the drawers. Most of the drawers are neatly stocked with stationery supplies, but nothing interesting turns up. The topmost drawer is locked. And if you don't know what stationery is, if you're an English native speaker, you know what that is most likely. But if you're not, you might not know. It's basically, business cards and letter sheets and, like envelopes just with logos and all that sort of stuff of the company. That's what stationery is. It's not stationary, it's stationery. It's a different word and it means different things. Although in other languages it might be an homonym word. In Portuguese it is. The word that stands for stationary and the word that stands for stationery is the same in Portuguese. Anyway, I'm going to force the drawer open and look at that, a strength check that has to do with investigation. You would never see it. You give the handle a sharp tug, and the lock snaps with a crack. The drawer slides open effortlessly. Inside is a contact book with an impressively long list of names. None of them stand out to you in any way. You also find a tube of lip balm and a cred stick. Oh, I'm not going to take the book. I'm going to take the cred stick, though. Yeah, 185. You slip the cred stick into your pocket. Easy money. You sure? Maybe there are some nice binder clips in there for you to play with, or a staple remover for you to steal. Aw, I like staple removers. I'm gonna, I'm not trying to antagonize him. At least not directly. Yeah, let's go. I'm not going to take another look, because I'm pretty sure that wouldn't be for another look. It would be for him to, oh no, come on, or something. This terminal has been left on, and the screen is still active. It has been logged in under the name of Albert Trips, all capitalized. Keyboard input has been locked out, and a password entry box hangs in the center of the screen. I'm not really sure how you propose that I enter the password without keyboard input, but I am going to do that. We can also bypass the password by having decking. Albert Trips. I don't think we have access to that password. This doesn't feel like something I would be able to do. Okay, that's our objective over there. It's a good thing that the game tells me where it is so I can avoid it for the moment. We also need to go back up because, back down. Oh, we got some cram over there because, yeah. We got a vent over here as well. This vent is large enough to fit a drone through. Yes, but I will have to leave it alone. I also just found out, I don't think I knew that. You can use the number keys on the keyboard, like with any good old school RPG. I'm looking at you right now, Fallout 3, and actually Fallout New Vegas as well, because it's the same engine. But you can use the number keys to select the dialogue options. And we have a console, which means we have our way in. I don't think we could go in through there. But we also can't go in through here because we're out of time. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Shadowrun Dragonfall. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.